Shoes are a big part of my life. I wouldn't consider myself a sneakerhead, but there's nothing quite like getting a new pair of shoes. The anticipation as you open the box, the smell of a fresh pair of sneakers, and the feeling of putting them on for the first time. No matter where you're from, everyone appreciates a good pair of footwear, which is where these classic shoes come into play. This is a story of how watching movies drew me closer to these iconic sneakers. What's up guys, welcome back to Jay on Film. I'm Jay and this is my life on film. But first, let me bring it back a bit. Lately, I've been hit with an immense wave of boredom. I guess it's because of the fact that I've just finished the second last semester of my university degree, but I just haven't had anything to do. I've had no motivation and you could even say I'm feeling a little burnt out. So to overcome this boredom, I recently decided to stimulate my creativity by watching movies. In saying that, I didn't want to just keep my eyes glued to a screen without gaining anything from it. So I challenged myself to pay attention to the smaller details, like shot compositions and storytelling techniques. Why? Well, so I can improve my own filmmaking. And so it began. In these last few weeks, I've watched a bunch of different movies and series. Dramas, thrillers, rom-coms, and action movies. I watched them all. All of these brought me different kinds of inspiration, but I wanted a bit more. So I looked towards famous film directors, and among the many films that I watched, I realized a lot of them were directed by this man right here, Quentin Tarantino. Now I'm not a big fan of the violence, but Tarantino is a master at both storytelling and embedding cultural references in his work. I'm sure you're familiar with the name, but if you aren't, Tarantino directed many classic films such as Django Unchained, Pulp Fiction, and Kill Bill. Even though I was trying to focus on the references, film techniques, and subtle details, my attention was drawn in by something else, the Onitsuka Tiger Mexico 66. Now I've been wanting a pair of these for a while now, and while I was in Japan, I even searched far and wide to find a pair in my size, but that ended in failure. So when I saw these iconic sneakers in Kill Bill, I was drawn in once again, and that's when I became fixated. I became obsessed. I kept searching for reviews. I mentioned them to my friends and family. I literally could not stop thinking about them. And that's when my mom called me. Hello?
Hey buddy, I've got a surprise for you downstairs. Enjoy!
Oh yeah. These are fire. Let's talk about the shoes for a bit. The Onitsuka Tiger Mexico 66s are a classic sneaker that was designed to be Onitsuka's flagship shoe. Released in 1966, the shoes were originally developed for running as the 1968 Olympics held in Mexico were right around the corner. The Mexico 66s then rose in popularity due to the success of Japanese athletes who wore the brand during the games. As time passed, the Mexico 66s became an iconic silhouette due to its appearances in different films and forms of media, which allowed it to make its way into the mainstream market. In Game of Death, Bruce Lee wore a yellow and black pair to match with his jumpsuit, and Tarantino paid homage to this through Kill Bill Volume 1. This elevated its status in both pop culture and fashion. Because of these noticeable appearances, the Mexico 66s have become one of Onitsuka Tiger's most successful shoes to date. As for me, I admire versatility, and these shoes embody that. It doesn't matter what type of bottoms I'm wearing, the Mexico 66s will complement them perfectly. Now, although it's not as iconic as the black and yellow pair, I specifically chose this white colorway because it fits well with my current style, and more specifically, its relationship with denim. Denim is my favorite material in clothing, and 90% of the time, I'm wearing denim bottoms to any occasion. The way that these shoes synergize with jeans is a perfect match for my wardrobe. And even though they lacked a bit of screen time, this colorway actually appeared in Kill Bill as well. Let's break these down a bit. The shoes were designed for practicality, which makes it an ideal shoe for the urban lifestyle. Comfort, 10 out of 10. Like I mentioned before, the Mexico 66s are fit for any occasion. Versatility, 10 out of 10. The shoes are true to size and hug your feet perfectly. They don't constrict mobility at all, and they're one of the lightest pairs of sneakers I've ever owned. Fit, 10 out of 10. Now for the price point, I'd say they're okay. Cost, 7 out of 10. But the most important question to ask when buying a shoe is, can I wear these out when I have absolutely nothing else to wear? The answer? 100% yes. So if you want a shoe that boasts a classic low-cut silhouette, the Mexico 66s are the perfect shoe for you. I think the most appealing thing about these shoes is the culture behind them. The Mexico 66s are a shoe that was refined over time and grew in popularity in both sports and fashion. Because they're so practical, it only makes sense that I wanted to pick them up. And it's a little early, but with spring coming up, I genuinely believe that the Onitsuka Tiger Mexico 66s will be my go-to sneaker for the season.
You better start moving and feel the music. Get your groove on and let it use you. When you feel the fire and you know it's right, pure desire, just hold on tight. Get up, down, move around.
All right, y'all, that's the end of the story. Shout out Mama Ray for sponsoring these shoes. Yeah, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below what you think about these shoes and let me know if you'd buy them. Yeah, thank you for tuning in. I'll see you all again in the next one. God bless you and peace.